How you doing, everybody? It's Josh here, and I want to dispel a couple myths that seem to be very prominent in this world, or at least in a Western civilization. The idea that there's this happiness that can be attained, this degree of complete contentment where everything is always okay. And the reason why this came to mind is because I've had some people ask me, like, how do you do it? How do you get through and not let things get to you, and not let things bother you, and not get depressed, and not get angry? I was like, when did I ever say I don't get that angry? When did I ever say I don't get depressed? I look at situations and I take them for what they are. If something is out of my control, it's out of my control. But then there's that little fine line of things you can control, things you can't, and then things that maybe you could control if you put forth a little more effort. But maybe you don't want to put forth that little more effort. Because I know I don't a lot of the time. And I'm using me as a basis here because only I know me. I know that the world has this image, Hollywood has painted this image of this perfect family, or a perfect life, or a perfect contentment. A good example would be a Buddhist monk. You see the Buddhist monk and they seem to be these peaceful characters, They're up there, they're meditating, they're doing their thing, they're in the hills. It seems to be such a, calm, collected, focused understanding, but it's not. I've seen interviews with monks who have been very frustrated and angry. They've cried over the deaths of their gurus, even though they believe in reincarnation and that the person needed to move forward. So by even a person as a Buddhist monk who believes that this master will be reincarnated and believes that death is important and spends their entire life dedicated to understanding that this is okay, will still get emotional, will still get angry, will still get sad. And the image that we have of people from television, and from media, from books, makes some people think that there are people out there who are totally content all the time. And I can't say that that's not true because, like I said, I'm only me. But I do not believe that that's true. I do not believe that there's any person on earth who hasn't faced adversity or depression or anger. And if there is, I say I feel sorry for them because they're missing out on this thing they call life and this balance, this understanding of emotion as a path to greatness, to understanding, to understand ourselves and which things make us feel a certain way. If we weren't triggering our emotions over situations, how would we know how we feel about it at all? So, having a grasp on your emotions, understanding your own reaction to things, is totally key in understanding who you are and how the world works, because you can only perceive things from your mind. You can only perceive things from your outlook, but we can use writings and theories of others to understand what was important to them. And through that, we find this collective, the similarities between us, which are the most important things. There's small differences. One person may get depressed if they're out of money. Another person may not care. One person may become depressed when they're in pain. Another person may use it as a way to feel stronger, but certain things, like pain is a good example because it's something that no one likes pain. Well, save a few. But, masochist, sadists, or whatever, but that's just another addiction, another attachment to emotion, like pain as pleasure kind of thing, and it's just another human condition. But I think that we kind of try to be, is it sadist? It's either sadist or masochist, but we try to be sadists in our own lives with everything we do. Like instead of, like, how about rubbernecking? Or, a good example of how people lie to themselves is by, everyone says, I hate seeing disasters, I hate seeing people hurt, I don't like seeing pain, I don't like destruction. But as soon as there's an accident on the other side of the road, everybody stops to look. You know, in their mind, they're saying, I just want to make sure things are okay, or maybe I just want to see what was going on. But why are you curious? Why are you so curious? You've seen cars crash into each other before. We all know it happens all the time. But it's the subconscious hope of I guess it's this understanding of mortality. It's this deep-rooted passion for understanding and kind of peeking in on death. And that's the way I see it. I don't think people are consciously aware of that, but I think that that's what it is. It's wow, somebody's hurt. You know, something happened. I use that as an example because I think people kind of disguise their emotions as other things, or fool themselves into thinking that things are okay that aren't okay, or that things are devastating that are really fine. And there's so many people with this develops these societal problems, like people like suicide over losing a job, or a person just totally throws in the cards, you know, and gives up because they couldn't accomplish one thing that they really wanted to do. We're very emotional, and we have some very strong attachments to seeing ourselves successful or doing well, and so we have different views on that. You know, some people believe success is all financial. Some people believe that success is all mental and learning. Some people believe success is all spiritual. Now we have these the different bodies of the man. You know, we have the spiritual body, we have the mental body, we have the emotional body, and we have the physical body. And all of these work in this perfect, harmonious balance to create this amazing world we live in, this emotional world we live in. It's just, I think of Earth without conscious beings and think, well, the Earth is conscious in its own right, but...
Well, I have some stuff.
You do? What is that? Mint?
Yeah.
You know what? I was making a video about people who are happy and people who are sad and different emotions and how important it is to understand it.
Well, you could make it in the living room is limited as mints.
The mints?
Yeah.
Are there any left?
Actually, it smells mint. You smell inside.
They smell like mints?
Yeah, that's because maybe somebody put mint smell in there. That smell inside.
It smells minty. It's like raspberry and mint.
Yeah, that's because they put that. Put all kinds of stuff in it to make that smell.
Kids are great. Say hi, Em. Say hi. Hi.
Hi.
Peace and love, everybody.
Oh, Papa.
I'm coming.
Papa,
Gotta get back to work.